Is it truly possible for someone to glimpse heaven and return to tell the tale? For centuries, humanity has been captivated by the mystery of life after death, wondering if heaven is real. Even those with strong beliefs may find themselves yearning for evidence. Colton Burpo, a young boy from Nebraska, claims to have experienced just that, an extraordinary journey into the afterlife that left everyone around him astounded. But could his story offer real answers to these timeless questions? Could a mere child possess insights beyond earthly knowledge? What Colton described goes beyond the typical visions people associate with heaven. After a life-threatening medical crisis in 2003, Colton's account of his journey was as vivid as it was baffling. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. His descriptions included conversations with Jesus, colors far richer than anything on earth, and details about family members he never knew. For Colton, heaven wasn't just a concept. It was a living, vibrant reality filled with astonishing detail. Through this experience, Colton's perspective on life and faith transformed completely. What he shared wasn't vague or dreamlike. It was precise, as though he had lived another life. This remarkable journey left even skeptics speechless as they pondered the boy's claims of divine encounters and conversations. Could heaven truly be as vibrant and colorful as he described? And what did he see in Jesus that redefined his view of the world? The answers Colton provided were as compelling as they were unexpected. He described heaven as a place filled with every color imaginable, colors that seemed beyond human comprehension. This heavenly realm, he claimed, was both familiar and surreal, mirroring Earth in subtle ways, but with a depth that surpassed anything earthly. For Colton, this wasn't just an experience to be remembered, but a great encounter with something sacred. His descriptions of Jesus, in particular, offered an image of kindness and understanding that left listeners truly moved. As his story spread, it ignited debates, curiosity, and hope among believers and skeptics alike. Could the words of a child bring new understanding to humanity's most profound questions? Colton's experience remains a story that challenges minds and touches hearts, bridging the unknown with the familiar in ways that continue to captivate. As Colton gradually regained his strength, he began to recount experiences that left his parents astonished and, at times, uneasy. His words carried a conviction that neither Todd nor Sonia could ignore. He spoke of seeing a place so vibrant and peaceful that it defied earthly understanding, an expanse filled with colors and sounds beyond anything he had ever encountered. His description of heaven was not just a child's whimsy, but rather a detailed portrayal that felt profoundly real. In one quiet moment, he shared how he encountered beings that seemed to radiate light. Angels, he called them, each one singing harmonies that resonated strongly within him. He described these harmonies as melodies no human choir could replicate, something both comforting and powerful. Todd, despite his own strong faith, struggled to comprehend his son's account. How could a 4-year-old boy, one who had never read a scripture, describe heaven with such detail? We all encounter times in life when the answers we seek seem out of reach, when clarity and peace feel just beyond our grasp. During such moments, a guiding hand can make all the difference. This is exactly what The Secret of Jesus' Apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook goes into his prophecies and offers insight into what lies ahead. It's available for free in the pinned comment. Grab it now before the edition's gone. The more Colton revealed, the clearer it became that these experiences were not fading memories or vague impressions. They were vivid snapshots of a world beyond. He recalled meeting a figure he recognized as Jesus, though he was too young to explain how he knew. According to Colton, Jesus embraced him with a love so absolute that it wiped away his fear. He was nice, Colton would say, as if struggling to encapsulate an experience too profound for words. Yet his simple descriptions carried a weight that resonated with both his parents. Colton's stories were filled with scenes that transcended earthly expectations. He spoke of fields where animals roamed freely, especially lions, which fascinated him. For a boy his age, playing with lions was a dreamlike image. But to Colton, it was a memory, an actual experience he insisted he had. His parents found themselves caught between wonder and disbelief. Could a child really have glimpsed the divine? And if so, why had he been chosen to carry this vision back? As his revelations grew more detailed, Colton even mentioned people he encountered in heaven. He spoke of meeting a sister his parents had never mentioned, as she had passed before he was born. This revelation was a moment of both heartbreak and wonder for Todd and Sonia, who had never expected to hear such knowledge from their young son. Each account brought a new layer to Colton's story, one that neither he nor his parents could fully explain. Colton's experiences left the Burpo family grappling with questions they had never anticipated, challenging their beliefs and reshaping their understanding of faith in ways they never imagined. Colton kept giving more information, and each new piece of information seemed to hit harder with Todd and Sonia. During quiet moments at home, he would share memories as if they were just within reach, effortlessly slipping back into a world beyond the physical. One evening, Colton surprised his parents by describing a heavenly garden where he had walked among endless rows of radiant flowers. Every bloom, he said, seemed to glow with a light from within, colors more vivid than anything he had ever seen on earth. These flowers, he explained, had a fragrance unlike anything else, filling the air with a sweetness that lingered long after he left. Todd and Sonia listened, captivated yet mystified by the precision and richness of these descriptions. Beyond this garden, Colton described seeing children playing joyfully, their laughter filling the air. He explained that these children were in a state of pure happiness, free from any sadness or worry. Among them, he noticed several children who had no parents with them, a detail that brought a lump to his mother's throat. If Colton's story stirs something within you, take a moment to download this unique ebook and uncover divine insights. It's available now, but with only a few copies left. When she asked him why they were alone, Colton explained that these children had come to heaven early, but would be reunited with their families one day. The peaceful certainty in his voice moved both his parents, who had never heard their son speak with such depth. In another moment, Colton shared an image that seemed to linger in his mind, a bridge of light stretching across a vast, peaceful river. This bridge, he told them, was where souls would meet loved ones, a place where reunions took place. He described it as a scene filled with reunions, embraces, and joyful greetings that seemed to last forever. Todd and Sonia could hardly comprehend the enormity of what their son was describing, each detail adding layers to the mystery of his experience. Then, without prompting, Colton began describing music in heaven, music unlike anything he had heard before. He explained that it wasn't just a melody or a song, but a sound that seemed to echo throughout all of heaven, resonating with every being. He likened it to a choir of thousands, each voice distinct yet harmonizing perfectly, a sound that filled his heart with an unexplainable peace. This music, he said, seemed to be a part of heaven itself, woven into every corner and filling every moment with calm. As Colton recounted these memories, his parents began to notice how much he had changed. He seemed wiser, more thoughtful, as if the innocence of his childhood had merged with an extensive knowledge. For Todd, each story was a puzzle piece that both answered and raised questions about the mysteries of faith. Each time Colton told a story, it became more obvious that this trip had left a permanent mark on him. With each story, the mark seemed to get thicker. As Colton's story continued to ripple through communities, both locally and beyond, the boy's descriptions of heaven stirred countless conversations about faith and the afterlife. In response to the growing attention, Todd and Sonia found themselves unexpectedly in the role of mediators, relaying their son's experiences to others who sought to make sense of it all. People traveled from miles away, arriving with questions, doubts, and often a quiet hope that what Colton had seen might indeed be true. One evening, a man approached Todd after hearing about Colton's experiences. This visitor, a hardened skeptic, listened carefully as Todd shared his son's story, each word striking a chord that seemed to unsettle him. With a mixture of awe and reservation, the man admitted to Todd that, despite a lifetime of disbelief, he felt something stir within him, a desire to believe that such a place as heaven could exist. Todd knew the man was having a hard time, so he didn't push any further. Instead, he left him with a simple reassurance that faith often begins in the quiet acceptance of things unseen. As word spread, other families, especially those who had lost loved ones, sought comfort in Colton's account. They longed to know if heaven was as he described, a place where souls reunited, free of sorrow and filled with radiant joy. Some mothers who had lost children in early years or even miscarriages found solace in the thought that their little ones might be waiting for them in a place untouched by earthly pain. Colton's stories offered a peace that was tender, suggesting that heaven held a space for each departed soul, no matter how briefly they had touched this world. As you journey through Colton's experiences, let this ebook offer you an inspiring guide. Remember, it's available for download right now, while supplies last. In one poignant moment, Colton shared a memory that left Todd and Sonia speechless. He spoke of seeing an expansive library, shelves stretching as far as he could see, each book holding stories of lives lived and souls redeemed. To him, it was a place where memories and histories were preserved, where people could revisit the beauty and lessons of their lives. This library, he explained, was guarded by angels who ensured that every story, every life, was remembered with honor. Todd found this revelation both comforting and profoundly moving, sensing that even the smallest lives were celebrated in heaven. As more people learned of Colton's journey, Todd and Sonia noticed how their son's words sparked a renewed faith in those who had grown weary or doubtful. For Colton, however, these stories were simply truths, a glimpse of a place he had visited and returned from. The boy's calm certainty, unshaken by questions or skepticism, left an indelible mark on everyone who listened, transforming his heavenly vision into something deeply personal and, for many, a source of hope. As Colton continued sharing glimpses of his time in heaven, he spoke of an awe-inspiring place he called the Heavenly Temple. This grand space, he described, was unlike anything on earth, both in its beauty and its profound sense of purpose. The walls seemed to shimmer with a light that came from within, a radiance that he felt represented divine love. Colton described rows of angelic beings standing in perfect unity, their presence creating an atmosphere of reverence. Unlike any church or temple he had ever seen, this place seemed to pulse with an energy of pure adoration, a place dedicated solely to honoring a higher power. These angels, he noted, were dressed in white and gold robes that seemed to glow as they moved. Colton's description of their clothing wasn't just about colour. He described textures that looked almost alive, woven with threads of light. There was a serenity in the way they stood, each angel poised as though waiting for a signal or call. Colton mentioned that the angels didn't need to speak out loud to communicate. It was as if their thoughts and intentions flowed between them in perfect harmony, creating a silent chorus of unity and understanding. In the presence of this heavenly gathering, Colton described feeling an overwhelming sense of belonging. This temple felt like the heart of heaven, a central place where beings gathered not only to worship, but to receive purpose and direction. Although he was just a child, he sensed that each angel had a specific role, a task or mission that they carried out with complete devotion. Some, he explained, were guardians, tasked with watching over loved ones on Earth. He sensed their unwavering commitment to protection, their silent, steady vigil over the lives they cared for. Other angels, according to him, acted as guides, helping souls navigate heaven itself. They would lead newcomers through the radiant landscapes, welcoming them with gentle reassurance. He even described seeing children guided by angels, as if ensuring they felt safe and at peace. The scene left Todd and Sonia speechless as they listened, each new revelation layering their son's story with an even deeper sense of wonder and mystery. Every detail Colton shared seemed to open a new window into a realm of heaven they had never envisioned, offering a picture of paradise that felt remarkably alive. If you're seeking comfort and understanding like Todd did, don't miss the chance to explore these heavenly revelations in the ebook. Few copies are left, so secure yours today. Colton described a breathtaking river that he referred to as the River of Life. This river wasn't like those he'd seen on Earth. Instead, it flowed with a clarity and brilliance that gave off a glow, as though each droplet of water held a spark of light within. Colton remembered walking beside it, feeling a profound sense of peace radiating from the water. He sensed that the river wasn't just a physical feature, but a source of vitality, nourishing everything around it. The water seemed to sing, its sound blending with the gentle breeze in a melody that was calming and comforting, filling him with a serenity he hadn't known before. Beside this river, Colton noticed gardens filled with flowers and plants of every imaginable colour and shape, all thriving under the warmth of an unearthly light. The river, he explained, wasn't still. It moved with purpose, as though carrying messages of love and peace throughout heaven. As he approached the water, he felt as if it could sense his presence, almost inviting him to experience its tranquility. Todd and Sonia listened, captivated, as Colton tried to describe the way the river made him feel. Safe, welcomed, and entirely loved. The boy's words suggested that this river wasn't just a body of water, but a symbol of the boundless life flowing through heaven. Colton then spoke of hearing whispers in the air, gentle voices that seemed to come from the river itself and the landscape around him. He recalled feeling embraced by these whispers, each one carrying messages of acceptance and unconditional love. Unlike conversations on Earth, these voices felt as if they came from within, filling his heart with a sense of belonging that was hard to put into words. Having this experience made him feel very close to both the beauty of heaven and the love that seemed to flow through it all. If this message makes you think and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us keep creating valuable content, consider giving us a super thanks. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. This place, Colton sensed, was a world of peace and assurance. Each element, from the river to the gardens, seemed to reflect a divine harmony, an unbreakable connection between all beings present. The whispers, the light, and the river blended together, creating an overwhelming atmosphere of unity. For Todd and Sonia, hearing these memories painted a picture of heaven that went beyond what they could have ever imagined, a realm where every part held a purpose and every soul found its place in a boundless embrace.